Hello, this is Vivi and welcome once again to my channel, a place where we talk about personal finance, personal development, and our journey towards financial freedom. So today we're going to talk about personal finance, specifically some saving tips. I'm going to share with you some womanly saving tips. So we're going to talk a little bit about periods, about birth control, about underwear, and since we're talking about periods and birth control, I'm going to dive into talking a little bit about health insurance as well. Okay, so let's just jump straight to it. Let's go into the first area, which is periods. So for periods, I personally have menstrual cramps sometimes, so I like taking Advil. So a saving tip for that is buy bulk rather than buying the smaller bottle. Even though the amount that you pay for buying the bigger bottle seems higher, in the long run, it's actually cheaper to buy that rather than this small one. Okay, so another way that you can save in something like this is to consider using, instead of a known brand, you can consider using a store brand. So for example, Advil is actually ibuprofen. Is that how you say it? And Amazon has its own ibuprofen, CVS, Walgreens. Usually the stores have a store brand and a copycat of the same product. And that also can be a little bit cheaper than buying the known brand, and all good. Another way to save on periods is as well buying in packs, value packs. So whether it's your daily liners, if it's your pads, tampons, also buy them in pack. If that's what you use, buy them in bulk. Again, the cost up front might seem a little higher, but in the long run, it usually saves you money when you buy on bulk. Another saving tip in periods is consider using a Diva cup or a menstrual cup. So actually, speaking of brands and all of that, Diva cup is a brand. You can look for menstrual cups and you might find more affordable versions. I personally bought mine from AliExpress. Okay, so this came all the way from China, but it cost me like $2. So I use that. Every penny counts. Every penny counts. And if you're saving little amounts for everywhere, altogether it can make a difference. You can look in Amazon, you can look on AliExpress, or you can just buy the name brand, the Diva cup one. Regardless, it's gonna be more affordable than buying pads or buying tampons every month or with certain frequency. It will save you money for sure. Okay, so the second area that I want to touch into is birth control. So for birth control, same applies with the bulk concept. I don't know if this is obvious to you or is something you knew or you did not know. I just thought to mention it in case you didn't. So buy in bulk. So for example, condoms. If you buy condoms in bulk, it's always going to be cheaper than buying the smaller boxes, and even cheaper than the ones that come like the 2-pack and stuff like that you buy, I don't know, in the gas station. Another way that you can save on birth control is there's a couple of websites that offer birth control delivered to your house. This is something that I used, which is called the Pill Club. There's another website called Nurx that I haven't personally used, but it's the same concept. And they have as well, kind of like what I said about Advil having store brands. So same, there's like different kinds of brands that are not necessarily super known, but they have the same like medical ingredients. I'm sorry, I'm not a doctor, I don't know the actual concepts, but it's basically the same thing. It's just not a known brand. If you're looking to save, or for some reason, birth control is becoming expensive. Like that was my case. I couldn't afford it, but I wanted to be protected. So you can check the Pill Club or Nurx if you want to check that out. And another resource that you might want to check is Planned Parenthood. My understanding is that Planned Parenthood offers birth control guidance and benefits, but just for me it was just easier to do the website. I don't know if this is good or bad, but it is saving. It did save us money, and yeah, if you don't have health insurance. That's why I thought to talk about health insurance too. So with health insurance, most plans give you birth control coverage. For that, there's different things that we have used. When I first came here, I couldn't have health insurance because I didn't have a green card yet. So what I did is I applied to Medishare, which is a Christian shared bill payment. So you pay a monthly fee to belong in that, and they cover, it's It's mostly a coverage for, you know, disastrous things. If all of a sudden, you know, you get into an accident or you have an illness, and also for pregnancy, which is not a disastrous thing, but it does not cover prevention, you know, medical checks, or, you know, once I had to go to the ER as a preventive measure, and they didn't cover that, unfortunately. So digging a little bit more into that, I found this program that is called Safeguard. It costs about $7 a month, and that does cover preventive care and also birth control. So that is something that you can match with Medishare for preventive care, and then Medishare for something bigger that, you know, requires higher payments because maybe you get hospitalized or whatever. Now that I do have my green card, we did apply for insurance. I thought that I could go into my husband's health insurance, but it ended up being so expensive and we didn't know that you can actually apply for health insurance by yourself. I didn't know that. That's why I'm sharing you this, because maybe you didn't know. Maybe you thought that the only way you can have health insurance is through a job, and that is not true. So what we did is we signed up through a Dave Ramsey's ELP. I'm gonna put the links down below. All the things that I'm mentioning here right now, I'm gonna put the links down below. But we filled out a form, and then they gave me a call, and I just got enrolled in a health insurance that was affordable. And yeah, so that's been good. And actually the price is basically the same as having Medishare and Safeguard. It wasn't necessarily more expensive as we thought it would. So that might be some information that you didn't know either. And okay, last area is about underwear and, you know, private, intimate clothes. So me personally, I'm not a girl that, you know, is gonna be wearing sexy lingerie from Victoria's Secret, okay? I don't use the wired bras anymore. But something that I really, really loved about the Victoria's Secret underwear that I used to wear, I'm gonna put pictures here of how they look. I really like the fact that I didn't, you know, make marks when I was wearing a dress or whatever. So I have found like copy of the model on Amazon. I'm sure many other brands sell it, but I'm gonna put some photos of them and links down below if you want to check it out. I honestly really like them, and I tried different brands, and I didn't like the colors. They're too colorful and funky. And also this lacy ones, that part usually was too lacy, and I needed a little more holding there, especially if I'm wearing daily panty liners. So I really like this one because it's not like super tight, but it's tight enough. So I'm gonna put it down in the description box if you want to check it out. Now for bras, I'm gonna show you some pictures. I really like this brand that I found on Amazon as well. I bought a pack. They have different packs in different colors. And I really like the fact that in the front it's a little bit slightly V-shaped, and I like that it also has like deeper back. I'm gonna link them down below as well, and they're very affordable in my opinion. Another place that you might want to check for underwear is places like Ross and TJ Maxx and Marshalls. So I've bought a Calvin Klein bras. I found those for like $9 in Ross. Calvin Klein, a 2-pack of Calvin Klein bras for like $9. So you can check those stores out as well. Another saving tip in underwear is the silicone nipple covers. I'm gonna put some pictures here again. I really like these because I have had the sticker ones, and the thing about sticker ones is you have to be buying them constantly. So I really like getting these silicone ones because you buy it once basically, or once, you know, a year. And every time you use it, you just rinse it a little bit, let it dry, and then make sure you put the plastic back on to cover it to protect the sticky part, and then store them properly, and they can last you for a really long time. Okay, so now this is not a saving tip as in saving money on a purchase, but making your products last longer. The things that you get, making them last longer so you don't have to buy it as often. So some things to take into consideration with your underwear is, first, you should never put your underwear in the dryer. Your underwear usually has elastic in it. So two things are gonna happen, or the elasticity is gonna like start shrinking, and that ruins your bras. If you ever have a bra that looks like this, it's probably because you put it in the dryer and the elastic part, the cover, it shrunk. So now it's pulling the foam outwards, because it's too small now to hold it in. So never put it in the dryer, always line dry it. And if you're gonna line your bras, make sure that you reshape the foam part in the way that it should be, because if it dries in the opposite way, it's gonna start leaving marks. And same happens with your panties. With panties, what it happens usually is that since the heat, you know, kind of burns the elastic, your panties start becoming a little baggier than how they were when you first bought them. So how you extended the life of them is by just line drying them as well. And to wash them, I would highly recommend that you put your underwears, your delicates, in a little bag or in a little pouch to protect them from the cycles, the moving around. Sometimes your underwear can get tangled with like jeans or with leggings or whatever, and it gets tangled and it starts pulling the strings and pulling it and just deforming it or stretching it out. So to avoid that, place them in little bags so that they don't get misshapen in the washer. And this last one is this is just a product recommendation that I never knew this existed until I went to my mother-in-law's house. So I've stained my underwear before, and for some reason, even though I washed it and I put OxyClean and I sprayed some sort of stain remover on them, the blood stains would not come off until I tried this product. I don't remember the name. I'm gonna put a picture here and a link down below. And I saw it at my mother-in-law's, and for some reason I decided to try it out, and it took out everything. It was amazing to me. I've never seen something so powerful. So I was really happy with that, and I came back home and I bought it for myself. So I really recommend this. Anyway, so that is all that I have to share for now. Subscribe for more saving tips and more personal finance information. I also share stories about our journey and some blogs and updates about our particular journey towards our financial freedom. So anyways, please like this video if you did, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!